I ain't hungry. First, I always say hungry dogs run fast. I ain't hungry. I'm starving.
Hurd takes the snap. He's back. He's going to run. He's in. Touchdown. Jalen Hurd.
When that cage opens up again, our teeth are snarling. We're drooling. We're ready. We're hungry, ready to hunt again.
Dallas. We hate you. Racing snow. The Eagles train to go. The Eagles win.
And again, and again, and again.
It ain't about them. It's about us. We play up to our potential. Each and every one of us together. Nobody can beat us. I promise you.
What is up, my brews? My bird brews. We are back. It's another Speaking Birds. It's your boy Speaks here. We're joined with John and Clayton. What's up, fellas? How we doing?
What's up? Good to be here.
Man, the Eagles finished the season 14-3.
You.
Love that. Love that. How did you guys feel about the game?
After watching the game, I'm a little disappointed we didn't go for this record because I feel like we could have ran all over them. I mean, there was some giant holes there, even with the backups in. But, Tanner McKee looked good. Towards the second half, I think he kind of came back to earth there. Yeah, I also felt like we were a little, towards that second half, kind of maybe uninspired, kind of a meaningless game. So I think it kind of reflected on the defense a little bit and just some of the players and I don't know. I just don't feel like it was really inspired, kind of uninspired, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. Tanner McKee, 27 for 41, 269 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I thought he looked sharp, but I agree. He kind of at times looked like a backup quarterback. So
yeah, I don't know if that was coaching scheme towards the end there. Maybe they had a nice first half game plan or something like that. But obviously second half didn't look too great. Not bad, but not great. So
yeah, it's like a drinking game. Take a shot every time they mention he's 6'6".
Yeah,
these announcers, man. He's 6'6". He's tall. 6'6". But he had a ball batted down too, which I thought,
Yeah, I was surprised to see that one. It
was a good play on the defender.
Yeah. But I'm pumped. Yeah, we're 14-3. That's a great record. I mean, that's impressive. I like it. What do you think, Clayton?
Well, especially with, going in today, basically we played our second string against their first string and slapped them. That's embarrassing, man. The Giants, man. You guys, you need to clean it up. Like that, man. I don't know.
Clean house.
It was kind of sad to watch. I mean, not, as much empathy as I can throw their way. It was like, man, they were trying. They were trying, and it was, oh man, they're just bad. They're a horrible team, and something. I love how this game ended. Like the regular season comes to a close. Their season is done. They're on defense. They can't get off the field. They're committing, penalties.
Dumb
they
penalties.
Jump off sides. Yeah, jump off sides. 4th and 3. They're off sides. They can't, they can't get off the field. And then to end the game, Drew Lock, who we last season he torched us when he was with Seattle. We get some revenge and we end the season with a Sidney Brown interception. So I love that.
Love that.
Yeah, I love how the game ended. Just demoralized them, and a nice interception to cap off the regular season. I thought it was a nice end.
Love seeing Sidney Brown in a belly shirt out there in fucking 10-degree weather.
Yeah. He's a monster.
Yeah. I like him a lot. I hope he I think he will. He's going to continuously get better, but I'd love to see him out there as a starter, although I like our starters. So I'm not saying that, but I would love to see him evolve. Yeah. I think he's great on special teams. He's a animal on special teams. So
yeah, I think it was Clayton. You said in the chat, he's like a missile out there.
He is, and he doesn't matter if it's his own teammate or not, dude. He's killing something.
He had late in the game, I forget who it was. He's flying in. He kind of whiffs on the tackle, but you watch him. He regains composure and he goes around and he's impacting. He's impacting the tackle. I think he helped Trotter.
Yeah, that was a run. Yeah. I remember that.
Dude, he just springs back and he's ready to go.
He could have came in there and made a nice tackle for loss, but he blew the tackle because I think he was a little over pursuit, maybe too fast there, but he definitely got back up and came and helped out.
Yeah. Yeah, him. I thought Ringo was impressive as well. He had that great special teams play.
Man, that was sick.
It could have had that interception as well. So yeah, I thought Ringo played well.
Yeah, it's just it's a weird season this year. Now that the regular season's over, who knows what happens in the playoffs? But not one of our cornerbacks, nickel, outside, backup, starting, not one cornerback got an interception this year. All came from the safeties and linebackers. That's a weird.
Man, that's just bizarre.
It's such a weird stat, but I mean, it is what it is. That surprised me. I thought maybe one of these backups were going to go in here and get Drew Lock, and Ringo almost had one, but I really did. I thought the backup cornerbacks were going to get one off him today, and nope, it was Sydney.
Yeah, Isaiah Rodgers was he was. Wow, I don't know. Would you say he was in position on that one where it was Sidney Brown knocked him down? It would have been a tough play, but he could have.
Yeah, I agree with that. It would have been a tough play, but I mean, Sidney Brown coming in like the missile that he is, any fucking hope of that.
Yeah, I think John, you said I wanted to see Dotson get a touchdown.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but it's the way it goes. He had a great game though. Dotson had 7 catches for 94 yards, so almost 100. His longest was 19. I would have loved to seen him get one, but here's
a stat. Here's a stat from Dave Zangaro going into the game in regards to Dotson. Since 2012, there have been 857 receivers to play 600 plus snaps in a season, and Dotson was dead last in targets out of that 857 with 22 targets.
Yep. Pathetic.
So, but look, if he gets a little momentum from this game, I mean, in the playoffs, every play is huge. He could make a huge play. You know,
I'll say this, and I don't know what his mindset is. I'm just gonna speculate here, but you seen EJ Jenkins get that touchdown throw, and Dotson was probably the last one to go in there and congratulate him. And it is what it is. It may just be speculation on my point, but maybe he's a little burnout, not getting targeted because there's times he's open for sure. So.
Yeah, that's the drive I wish you would have got it to. Go ahead, Clayton. Sorry about
this offense this year did not look at the wide receiver 3 at all. It was either tight end, running back, or your top 2 receivers. Like it was crazy. Like with Hurts back there, he never looked for your wide receiver 3.
I hate that.
I don't even understand why we traded for a wide receiver 3. You could just went out and got anybody to go out there and run reps, dude. Like that's all that they're doing. Because you're never going to
out there
them.
running if you're not going to throw it to me.
Yeah, exactly. If you're not going to throw the ball to him, who cares? And teams started keying on that. Like he was covered early in the season, and then they stopped covering him as much. So he was getting wide open, and they still weren't looking for him. Just another weird thing that went on with the season. Like the offense completely ignoring the wide receiver 3 position, especially when you go out and burn an asset on it and bring in, kind of a big name player. I mean, let's be honest, for a wide receiver 3, everybody was thinking, shit, man, that may be the best trio in the league. Didn't really pan out.
Yeah. What do we have? We have him for another 2 years. Another year, 2 years is his contract. So
I think it's another 2.
Yeah,
he was a first round pick, so I know we'll have a 5th round or a 5th year option on him.
That's another thing that he definitely can develop. But that's another thing I'll give Tanner McKee is that it was nice seeing somebody get through their progressions. Obviously he'd start left to right. Got through all the progressions on a lot of different throws, you know what I mean? So that was nice to see. Didn't have a lot of bad throws. There was probably, I'd say 5 or 6 in there, but it is nice to see somebody throw with anticipation, go through the progressions.
Yeah, have a quick processor, man. That's not what you see from Hurts. It's not a quick processor, so they have to scheme it to where, like I said, they were breaking it down to one half of the field. Like one half's a throwaway. You're only looking at this half. Whoever comes through that window, that's all you gotta process. Like they weren't doing that with Tanner. They weren't doing that with Kenny. So I don't know. I'm not trying to start any kind of QB controversy at all. That's not what I'm starting here. Like, I'm just saying that's what it is. I mean, it is.
I don't think Tanner McKee is not even close to equally as great as Hurts. I'm not saying that either.
agree.
But it's nice to see a change of pace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And honestly, if Hurts, whatever the hell is going on with the concussion protocol here, I don't know if that's gamesmanship or if he's legit still concussed.
I don't think he's concussed. I think that's a way to keep him on the injury report without giving up too much information. I think it's a strategic move.
All right. Well, yeah. If it's gamemanship, that's fine. I'm okay with it. Although that means that he cannot practice. Like he can't even be in practice to take reps or anything when he's in that protocol. So he's missed not only game time, he's missed two weeks of practice here.
Yeah,
not good.
I think. Not great, but I think they want him on full rest with that finger being all tore up. So.
Yeah,
who knows?
What did I say?
Again, I could be wrong.
Today it was a game day, but I think he was like he's moving. Yesterday, I think maybe it was yesterday. I saw him. He's doing something. I'm looking at that.
Listen, he could be practicing behind the scenes too. You know what I mean? At his house or wherever. Some high school.
Either way, if he goes down, like I'm comfortable with Tanner McKee coming in, even in a playoff situation and running the offense. So. I mean, I
agree with you.
That's what I got from this last 2 weeks here watching our backups. Kenny played good in, the starting role when he got a week to prepare instead of just getting thrown in there. I thought he played well. I think Tanner's better. I still think Tanner's better. I'm sorry.
Let me ask you this. I don't know, those rib injuries, they linger, but does Pickett ever go back to the 2 this season, or is McKee the guy?
If you're asking me, I think they're going to leave Kenny Pickett this 2 because of the paycheck.
If he's healthy, I think he's going to be the 2 no matter what. At least for this season. I'm telling you right now, next season, Tanner McKee, the last 2 games may have just played himself out of Philly because I know there's going to be people coming calling for him. Because he's definitely a very good number 2 in this league, and I think he could potentially develop into a decent starting 1.
Yeah. That's tough. Because
I don't know. I hope Howie, if it's a choice, man, get rid of Pickett. There's more upside with Kenny. With Tanner. He's younger, and I think he's just overall. I think he's better. I think he has a better processor. I think he has better arm talent. I think he's more accurate.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. I would like to see McKee stay as the 2, but we'll see. Yeah, some not so positives. Special teams. Do we still have a Jake Elliott problem going into the postseason?
I don't think so. I mean, after you see him not punt it, but blast it into the end zone there, I think it's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? So.
Yeah, the kickoff debate, that should be laid to rest. Yeah. If I see man out there again, it's like, what the fuck are you guys doing, man? Like, seriously, it's the playoffs now. Like, there's no messing around. It's, do or die. So you have your best player out there kicking it through the end zone. Because obviously we can't cover that well if they return it. At least we haven't been. So, but I'm still concerned about Elliott on the place kicking, man.
Yeah, that was kind of my... Yeah.
That's a 30-some yarder you missed. And again, I said it in the chat. I don't care about wind, okay? Like, this is his home field. He's been kicking through these conditions for how many years that he's been here? Like, I don't want to hear that the wind knocked that out. Like, no, man, you missed it. And it's been a recurring theme all year. I'm worried about it. Anytime that we're going to have to go for a field goal, I'm concerned, and I don't care about the distance. It could be 60 yards. It could be 20 yards. I don't care. Like, I don't trust this guy anymore. He's cooked to me this season. Like, I don't care. You're done. My trust is gone. You're not getting it back. Not until next year.
I agree. Yeah,
put the golf down.
Yeah.
Yeah, put the golf down.
Focus on football, man.
Yeah, man, just going into the playoffs with a not shirt up kicking position is like scary.
Dangerous. Fucking dangerous. Yeah.
I mean, look, how many times you see these games come down to trotting your kicker out for a game-winning field goal?
And a lot of times those are like far-ass kicks too, like 40, 50, maybe close to 60 yarders. And there's zero, like if it's over 50, like the probability of him hitting it is like what? 1 in 7 right now? Like, come on, man. That's terrible.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all.
Yeah, that scares
I
me.
don't know. Then you got Gano nailing a 53-yarder. You know.
There was another Gano that was a kicker, wasn't there, Clayton?
I thought so. I was wondering if it was the same guy.
Yeah,
Like,
me
no,
too.
that
And I was like,
sounds
God, this
familiar.
guy's got to be 900 years
That's what I
old.
was thinking. I was like, wait, who the hell is kicking here?
I thought he was on the Bucks. Remember, there was a Gano
Yes.
on the Bucks.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking too.
I'll look it up while we're yapping about it.
Yeah. We got Graham Gano here. I remember a different Gano as well. Robert Gano. No, it's not Robert Gano. Yeah. So we're facing the Packers. It's settled.
Yeah, they got some ugly
Issues.
stuff happening today, man. Jordan Love went out. I mean, doesn't look like it's going to be serious. He probably will be back next week. But their number one receiver went down, and he's not coming back. That was like a non contact. It was just a soft tissue. He just fell down, and then they had to get the cart him off. That's that's typically a season ender, especially this late in the season.
Yeah, I mean, look, you want to play your competition at full strength, right? You want to beat the best, but look, if that stuff happens, I mean, it affects the matchups. That's all I'll say. And if you're on the favored side of that, what are you gonna do?
This game, it is X's and O's, but it's also a war of attrition, man. Like, it's what team can make it longer, healthy.
Right.
Sometimes there's an element of luck to that. And sometimes there's preparation that goes into it, but injuries happen. I mean, it happens to everybody. So I'm not going to sit here and feel bad that the Packers may be down their number one receiver and their starting quarterback facing us in the playoffs. But honestly, I wanted Washington. Washington.
Man, that's tough to say. I did too. I'm okay. I feel I would have felt really good about either matchup. But man, Washington, yeah, they need to be humbled.
Mm-hmm.
Their fans, they're running their mouths. I wanted to beat them.
Agree.
Yeah.
And Gramatica.
That's who it was. Martin Gramatica.
Yeah. Yeah, they're banged up. You look around the league. I mean, a lot was said about this Saquon going. We're going back and forth. Should you go for it? But then you see, the Ravens. Zay Flowers goes down Saturday.
Yeah, I agree.
Packers are banged up. It was the right move.
Sure, but I'll never get into for me, this is me personally. I'm never going to get into we're not going to field anybody out there because we're scared to get hurt. That is soft mentality to me. And
I agree.
Seeing it today, we could have there was holes where what's his name? Kenny Gainwell wasn't getting through that Barkley would have definitely got through and went big. But you know what's done is done. I'm not going to speak on it anymore after this.
Just bury it. Yeah, we'll bury it.
Yeah, anything less than a Super Bowl, then I'm pissed off. So that's where we're at.
A wasted opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
It's over. It's done. Done talking about it.
Yep. Can't change anything now.
Yep.
Tickets were $15 this morning when I looked.
Were they?
Yeah, I seen that.
I
Somebody
swear to God.
posted it
swear to God.
One of my friends on Facebook actually posted it that they went down there. They got a bunch of tickets for $15. I was like, get the hell out of here.
I texted Laura this morning. She's like, you on your way down? I was like, yeah, I just left.
Yeah. I'm loving it. How did you guys in kind of like a retrospect, how did the year go? Expectations versus reality. Who surprised you? Who maybe let you down? You guys got any notable kind of just things that jump out at you?
Oh, yeah, for me expectations I think are kind of right on par, I would say. That's kind of how I expected it kind of to go. But letdowns, I would say Bryce Huff,
yeah.
Dotson's kind of a letdown for me. But I don't think it's so much his fault. Goddard's another letdown. Can't remember when he played a full season.
Yeah, it might be time.
Mm-hmm.
Might be time.
What else? Other than that, maybe just the passing game in general, I think is a letdown. I thought it would have been a little bit better this year. But I know we're just feeding the ball through the ground, so maybe that's just a hard take, but we'd like to see some more passing game open up. But I guess that's it for me. I don't know. What do you have, Clayton?
Yeah, record-wise, this is right around where I thought, and people called me delusional, which I thought, looking at the schedule, I was like, are you guys kidding me? Like, I know we had the collapse, but, like, I still have faith in the team. Like, I didn't at the, like, I hated them after the end of the year last year, don't get me wrong.
Right.
I still had faith, and I was like, I thought a 13-win team but could easily be a 15-win team. And people were like, you're out of your mind, man. They're lucky to win, 10, 11. I was like, all right. So winning 13, 14, I figured, was probably a good sweet spot for a prediction. And then, the thing that surprised me the most about this team this year has to be the defense. I mean, I did not see this coming at all. Zach Bond, did not see that guy coming. Good Lord. The rookies did not see Cooper DeJean and Quinion coming in and having an impact like they had. Like, good Lord. CJ, I knew him coming back. I didn't think he was going to get the interceptions that he got. Like, what's he got? He finished with 6 this year, something like that.
Yeah, I think somewhere around there. Yeah.
So
him
so,
and Reed had 5, I think.
Yeah. So did not see that coming either. Like, the defense just overall, just a revelation. And then the offensive line, were a lot of question marks there. Replacing Kelsey, what's going to happen at the guard position. But yeah, I mean, they were one of the best the best units in the league, as per usual. So really didn't lose anything there. Letdowns, like John said, I think Goddard's probably one of my biggest letdowns, just because, man, it looks like it may be time to move on. If not completely move on, at least get the heir apparent in here and get him in and up to speed. The passing game too. I thought we were going to be a more dynamic passing game, and I'm with you, John. It's probably because we can run the rock like we can. That's why the passing game maybe. But it also felt like after the bye, they really watered it down. Like, they went back to the drawing board and watered it down, which is concerning because that's almost like saying that Hurts couldn't handle Kellen's offense. Which I don't want to get into that whole can of worms, but that's concerning because that's like regression type of shit. But overall, I mean, when they did simplify it, Hurts' numbers went up, his turnover or his efficiency went up, and his turnovers went down. So I mean, it's a positive there. But I don't have too much negative on the team. Just the biggest surprise overall, man, Zach Bond and that defense. Just
man, Zach Bond might be my favorite player.
I like that. I like that.
I'm serious because the linebackers have been so underutilized,
underappreciated.
Yeah, underappreciated. Well, a lot of these guys haven't really had a need to be appreciated. I'll give it what was the guy when we went to the Super Bowl in 2022? I thought he was pretty good. The outside guy,
Gary? No,
Gary. Fuck no.
What am I?
He was a black guy. I can't remember his name.
Edwards?
No, it wasn't Edwards. It was the other guy. It was
Kaiser White.
Kaiser, yeah. I thought he was
White,
balling, dude. Kaiser White was balling, dude. But Zach Bond's on another level.
Mm-hmm.
That guy reads offense so well, and executes. It's absurd,
Agreed.
He's very, very good, and I'm happy that he's on our team.
Shout out to Vic for seeing that, man. Howie did not see that. Howie was bringing him in to be a special teams demon, quote unquote. And Vic's like, I see him as an inside linebacker. So
yeah,
all right.
And he's worked himself into the play caller on defense.
Yeah, get the green dot. And they had an interview with him over the week here, and
the Pro Bowl interview.
Yeah, and he was talking, because he was I don't know the context of how it got brought up, but he was said, during training camp, he kept asking Vic, like, when am I going to get some outside pass rushing reps? And he's like, you're not. Like, you're an inside guy now. Like, you're that's done. Like, oh, okay. It's just like, wow. This guy had no idea. I guess nobody did. I mean, they had what was his name? White. Who the hell was the guy that we cut? I can't even remember his name now.
Oh yeah, from the Bucks.
Yeah, Devin White.
Devin White. Yeah, Devin White. Who was a first round pick.
Yeah, and they had him starting. He never came out of that one spot. So you think all camp long that's the locked in number one. The week before you find out, he's not playing. He's not even dressing. It's like, what the hell? That's just a weird sequence there through camp. But I'm glad it worked out the way it did because Nakobe Dean and Zach Bond. Whoo.
Yeah, and big ups to Nakobe Dean for getting back after all those injuries and balling out too.
Mm-hmm.
They were kind of labeling him a bust. I might have even said that earlier in the year. I also said, I know I said this, but I said Nolan Smith was a bust earlier in the year on the podcast, and I'm going to take that back. I was wrong.
Hey, takes
wrong to say that. Wrong to say that.
Yeah.
There's receipts out there on the internet of me going after Nolan Smith. I called him Marcus Smith Jr. 2.0.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, my bad. Sorry about that, Nolan. Dead
Me
wrong.
and Go ahead, Alex. The thing I got is really lame, but I'll just say it real quick. Me and Julius were watching Eagles big hits, and they're like, just keep watching, it gets better and better and better, or whatever. It's like a YouTube thing. And I was watching all these big hits, and it's like the big hits that you always remember about Dawkins or whatever. And then there was this monster hit, and it was Jerome McDougal who laid the stick on somebody. I was like, damn, McDougal! You don't hear that name. But go ahead, sorry.
I like that. Oh no, I didn't really have anything. I gotta start writing down my takes so I can go back and I know I have a ton of bad ones.
Oh, for sure. Me too.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
I was yelling out, well, we can use this as like a makeup podcast, because I kept saying fire Sirianni in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, there was I
was on it. I was on it, dude.
Yeah.
Led the charge.
I threw Hurts under the bus.
It's a New Year's resolution podcast right now.
Coming clean. Got to light some sage, clean the place out,
cleanse it.
I got to put it out there.
Yeah, I was definitely I think I was too quick to throw Hurts and Sirianni under the bus early on. Just total reactionary. To kind of double back and give my defense, obviously the rookies shocked me. I think I was most shocked at the coordinators. I kind of from last year, I was a little, it's tough to have two first-year coordinators come in and be successful. I think I was wrong. I really, in the back of my head, I don't know, maybe thought it'd be a little more rocky, but they came in and you can just plug and play. Seems like. And go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, I'll be honest, I didn't know if Vic was gonna be that guy after what happened with the Dolphins the year before.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was there.
It seemed like the players kind of revolted.
Yeah, I was gonna say when you see players turning on him like that, it's like, wow, man, what the hell happened there?
Yeah, especially like a guy like Ramsey. You know what I mean? And who was the other guy they had? Xavier Howard.
Yeah,
it was a perennial guy out there. So.
I think he got guys, and this is me just purely speculating. I think he got guys that go down to South Beach and they don't really want to,
For sure.
I think they're looking to live a little more.
Exactly.
Maybe than play football. The other thing that just impressed me and surprised me was going 2-2, getting the bye, and then Sirianni leading the ship to rip off. What was it? 10, 11 in a row. 10. So, I mean, I did not expect that. I thought, hey, I think we're going to get right here. But, I mean, to go on a 10-game win streak,
not only that, 12 of 13 to end it. I mean,
yeah, he gets a ton of hate. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead on that, and I'll follow up. Yeah.
Man, he gets a ton of hate. Were you going to talk about his kind of overall record and such?
Well, no, his record's impeccable. You know what I mean? He's the second winning his head coach percentage wise ever. So the one thing I was going to say is that it looks like Steichen could possibly get fired from the Colts here.
Yeah, I've seen
Jared Mayo
rumbling.
just got fired. He won today. He just got fired from the Patriots.
Barring something happens with Kellen Moore being a head coach or something like that at the end of the year, is that something you want to see maybe Steichen come back? Or
Do you think Steichen doesn't get a head coaching job? You think he's
No, if he gets fired
after
he's
being
back to
fired
OC.
as a head coach? Yeah, absolutely.
He's back to an OC.
That's intriguing.
Just something I thought about, you know.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
because I tell you what, if this team goes to the Super Bowl, not even wins it, if they go, we know we're not losing Vic. Like he said, this is his last stop. He's not going anywhere. We could very well lose Kellen, so that's a good point, man. Like
You could very well lose Vic too because of the money, and you know, I mean, he may say that, but
I don't know.
you
He's
know,
I think
chances
some
are-
here like to be closer to family and
Coach-
such too. I mean,
yeah, but coaches loathe like they want things like that though. Not loathe. Loathe was the wrong word, but they want like look at they're saying John Gruden may be one of the hottest candidates to be a head coach again. And then you look at what's his name, Rex Ryan,
yeah.
who I like a lot. You know, he seems
too.
like a decent guy too. So, and which he's not really generating any attention, but I would love to see, you know, he's like, before I die, I would love to get back out there, you know, as a head coach and just one last time. So
is it a one last time sort of league though? It seems like it's kind of trending towards like the younger, sort of the guys that study have some.
yeah, for sure.
You know, some creative ideals and such. Not really like Rex. I mean, like I like Rex Ryan too, but at the same
Yeah,
time.
but if you look at all those guys, none of these young guys have any of that without Rex Ryan and a guy like John Gruden. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Like, I get it. There's sharper minds, but you know, these young guys don't get anything without those two guys. Like a lot
No,
of
I
like the John Gruden tree is super wide.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what spots open up and who goes where. But yeah, if Steichen's available and Kellen Moore is like, no, I think I'll stay here. Everyone kind of looks at him. Maybe you should get a head coaching job. Spread your wings.
Just an off thought.
No, it's valid. It's valid.
I
for
don't know
sure.
if what he's done as an offensive coordinator this year, and I'm not talking shit. This may be a hard take, but I don't know if what he's done warrants him as a head coach candidate, and that may be a hard take.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. Depending on how this postseason goes, I think he could sit at a table and pitch himself. I think there's
The
definitely
postseason could be the difference, and I do agree with that. But
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to the postseason. Because I mean, his offense is what we're in the top 10, right? Pretty sure we're a top 10 offense. The
passing we're
game's not
32nd.
great. Yeah,
or
passing's
something.
not
It's ridiculous.
great.
Yeah.
It's probably better now because we had our two backups.
Yeah,
in.
Tanner, because of Tanner. Yeah, I was gonna mention that too. You know, I think
But,
our average was like 100 and some yards passing, and McKee, obviously, we said earlier, had 269. So that should help at least a spot or two.
For sure.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Honestly, I think it's going to come down to what happens in the postseason here and how this offense looks. It looks dynamic and the play calling looks great and they're executing. Yeah, I think he might get a call or two. But he's a weird candidate because like he's had great offense. Like when he was with Dallas, I couldn't believe he didn't get an offer for a head coach. Nobody gave him an offer, and he was like, man, that offense was blowing the doors off the league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it was a postseason disaster.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, when you have that roster, Dak leading it, bunch of choke
Well,
artists.
that's just the thing. Well, Dak's just that pick man, so that goes against you. You know, you look bad then. Throw a bunch of picks out there.
Mm-hmm.
You see Aubrey hit that cheerleader with the ball today.
Oh man,
Just like,
I didn't
Yeah.
see it. Damn it.
what do you? We can get into this on the pregame pod, but how do you guys feel against the Packers? You know, pretty confident, or I guess the playoffs at whole. You know,
I
Thinking-
didn't see too much about the Packers. I know Clayton mentioned that in our chat that Christian Watson was carted off, so you know, sucks for him.
yeah.
But good thing for us. I don't know about Love. It was the hand injury. I don't know if he came back in or not. I'll let you guys speak to that.
Yeah,
But other than that, I feel pretty
go
good.
back in. Yeah, I don't care who we're facing. To be honest, the only two teams on this side of the bracket I'm worried about, and I don't even know that I'm super worried about them, are the Lions and Vikings. I mean, I think it'll be great. I don't think we're going to stomp anybody out of those two. I think we could, but I think it'll be good games, and I think we can handle them. So, yeah, the Packers, come get it again. We gave it to you in Brazil. We'll give it to you at the link, dude.
Ooh,
come get
love
it.
that. Yeah. Come get a true home game.
Yeah, second helping.
Yeah, second helping. Come back for some leftovers.
Yeah.
Man, I agree. I think. Oh man, the race car analogy. We're it's on the track. This is it. Regular season's over.
Are we
We're putting this
upgrading?
bad foot down. We're upgrading.
We've
We're
upgraded
that-
from
we're that-
the EV.
the Rivian Deluxe.
Yeah.
But man, I want to see this team just play with like no reserve. You know, like every play matters. Go out there. Not saying they don't, but you know what I mean. It's like, you know, the dog's out of the cage. The wolves.
Let me
I wanna
tell you
see
this.
team hungry.
I'm ready to go into Detroit and I'm stealing Eleanor.
Oh.
Oh.
You know, the Mustang from
Yeah,
Gone
the
in 60
Mustang,
Seconds.
yeah.
I'm making it happen. And I'm driving out of there.
With the NFC Championship trophy.
That's right. That's right.
How do you think it's speculation if you know, if we do go to a place like Detroit, how do you think we travel for that game? I know we usually take them over, but
I think we should do what the Vikings did and spend $2 million and buy up a bunch of tickets.
100%. Have you guys seen that before? Like a team just, you know, I know they sometimes buy tickets, but like 2 million.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. And then Detroit caught on to it, appealed to the league, and the league's like, they're not doing anything illegal. So you could see this happening more often.
Yeah, that's where our boy like Gilly, the rapper and stuff, needs to come in and buy some tickets and just throw some money away. So or just gift them to Philly Eagles fans. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely.
Because
absolutely,
the Vikings were turning around and selling them at a discount. So like they were taking a hit on it and giving it back to their fans at a discount. Come on, man, hook us up.
That'd be amazing. Like get hooked up for a championship.
Not only that, like as we're landing in Detroit, I'm opening up the windows on the plane, just having all the players piss out the window. All over Detroit. All over Detroit.
Oh my god.
Hell with it. Probably smells like piss when you get there anyway.
Oh, I was gonna say it's filthy as is, so
I'm making a bold
helping
prediction
it
here. I'm making a
It's a
bold
space
prediction. You can mark this down. I think the Eagles are hosting the NFC Championship game.
Nice.
Yeah. Really?
I mean, this is going to be a great game tonight. I will say that.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
I think there's going to be some upsets, guys. I think there's going to be some upsets. I'm telling you. I had that gut feeling.
It was 2 for 2 on the broadcast I was watching before the Eagles, where I think it was Matt Ryan went Vikings. I think JJ Watt went Lions. Burleson went Lions, and then Cower went Vikings. So, I mean, there's a good chance.
There is a good chance it could be the Vikings, man, as the 1 seed.
As
That
much as yeah, go ahead, Clayton.
I was gonna say that Detroit defense is just so beat up, man.
Banged. Yeah, they're banged up, man.
So tattered. Yeah, and I give them all the respect in the world because they're still going out there and, you know, playing well for the backups. But I mean, at some of these positions, they're getting dudes like legit off the street, guys that were bagging groceries yesterday, man, coming in to play NFL football. It's hard to win, man, doing that, especially, man, I don't know, a division rival. I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's going to be demoralizing for the Lions for all season, dominating, being the 1 seed, and then boom, last game of the season, you're just kicked down to a 5.
They did just get a starter back. I forget his name, off injured reserve, so that was huge for them. But one player doesn't make a difference. So, but it is nice to have one of those guys back. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I bet they're happy as hell. I would.
Yeah, for this week being kind of lame, there was like it's like you're kind of watching some games to see shaking out, but I'm excited for this Lions Vikings game. So to have
Great
the last
watch.
game in prime time, means something. Two great teams. What am I doing? Two good teams.
Yeah. I still not buying Darnold. I know I shouldn't say it, but I'm still not buying him. Throwing that out there.
I can't be intimidated by the guy. I simply can't.
I think he's playing good football this year. I think he's playing really good football. I still don't think he is what he's playing at right now. I don't think this is sustainable for him. But I am
That's
glad
gonna
that
be
a player, like we said before, I am glad a player like him got a second chance to show. Like, look, man, there's a reason that there was hype around me coming out of college. There's a reason I was taken high. I just got, drafted by, what was it, the Jets? Yeah, that's a
bad
If you're a top
situation.
quarterback getting drafted, you're going to a shit team and a shit franchise.
yeah, 9
like you
times
said.
out of 10 for sure.
Yeah. There's rumblings though. That'll be an interesting situation for the Is JJ McCarthy, is he going
McCarthy,
somewhere?
Who knows? Who knows though?
Yeah.
I mean, he may be. I wasn't impressed with him in college, and I watched Michigan because I hated him. And I wasn't impressed with him. I thought he was a game manager, which it's not. I know that's not a negative thing, but like he's like the negative. Whenever you think of game manager and you think of the negative, that's him.
I love that.
Like, and I don't try to throw game manager out there as a negative word, but like I know people take it like that. But that's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, take it like that when I say it about him, because that's what he was.
I want to ask you this, Clayton, and I know this is an NFL podcast, but what do you think about Oregon?
Honestly, that was I didn't see that coming. I thought
Me neither.
I thought when they played Penn State as close as they did, because I thought Penn State was like one of the biggest frauds. And then they played Oregon for the Big Ten championship game, and it was a super close game and actually a really good game. I was like, man, maybe Oregon isn't that good. And then to come out and do that, I don't know, man. And this goes back to what you always say, John. I think the 3 weeks off kind of iced them.
Mm-hmm.
They had 3 full weeks off, and everybody else was playing football during those 3 weeks. So I think that added to it, but I don't think they were as good as everybody had them out to be. And
they hardly are out there in that Pacific Conference, but
Pac-12,
yeah,
gold.
And I think Chip Kelly's is he a coordinator for Ohio State?
Yeah, he's Ohio State's
coordinator. Thought so.
Which made it that much more
sweet
satisfying for him. Yeah.
He probably knew how to beat him too, because they probably used a lot of the same shit.
There for a while, even when he left, they were still running pretty much his exact same offense. Like when he went to the NFL, they were still doing the exact same thing that they were doing when he was there.
I saw a tweet. It was like it took 10 years, but Marcus Mariota finally threw a pass to Zach Ertz, and it was like a Chip Kelly gif, because Mariota threw a pass to Ertz today on the Commanders.
Yeah.
Kind of to double back quick to what you said. Yeah, the 3 weeks to tie it into the Eagles here. Are we worried a little bit about Hurts? And
I'm a little concerned about Hurts. Yes. Now, if it was just like he was being held out of the games and he was practicing still, my level of concern wouldn't be that high. But he's been like done. Like he hasn't been throwing at practice. He hasn't been in individual. He hasn't been in team drills. He's been off to the side when he was out there. I mean, obviously, he's probably still doing his conditioning and weight training and all that. He's probably still in the rooms, for chalk talk. But there's a difference, man, of being out there and going through the motions and just standing there watching people go through the motions. I know the mental rep thing is a big deal, and it is a big deal, but actually doing it isn't. There's no substitution for actually doing it. And he hasn't done it for 3 weeks. So it's concerning.
Yeah, I will say conditioning too, right?
Agree, but I'm going to say this because I know you're not out here, Alex. You're in that warm state, but it's gotten incredibly freezing out here.
Oh,
like it's cold. It's cold bad in Pennsylvania right now. Yeah. It's getting brisk. So that's a whole nother situation.
Yeah, and the Packers are just gonna come down in like shorts
yeah.
and tank top.
Yeah, dude, this is summer weather to them.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say I'm a little concerned. Yeah. Yeah, it
So I'm
doesn't look
just
like. Yeah, sorry, real quick. It doesn't look like Hertz was practice. I don't know what I saw. Sometimes I just see things, and maybe I dreamed it, But just to clear that up, go ahead, Clayton. Sorry about that.
I forget what I was gonna say. My bad.
I did see Hertz. It wasn't this week. It was the week before, or it was Pickett playing. But Hertz showed up with a Jordan shirt on that said "I'm back." It was like a news article. I thought that was fucking sick.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times. Whether the Jordan comes back and the press conference
after the exactly after the retirement,
the suspension.
But he also wasn't back, so not Jordan Hurts, not Jordan Hurts. Yeah,
I love just wearing random shirts that don't fit any context. Like, you're not back, Hurts. Why are you wearing that? Yeah. Well, boys, anything else on the game? Anything else you want to get off your chest? We eat any good food? Anybody eat any good food?
No. Had some wings.
Food?
Yeah,
how were the wings?
I could go for some wings.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, I had been fiending for some wings for a couple weeks. They were fire.
Oh,
so
they make some good wings down there. I'll say that.
Yeah.
What's the pricing down there at the Burrow nowadays? $15-$16 a dozen.
I think it's 14. Could be wrong.
It's insane how expensive chicken wings have gotten. I remember when Sorrento's and Duncannon had wing night, and it was like 10-cent wings. I'm not kidding.
Oh, yeah.
There's places that are cheaper. Like if you go to Pakistan Grill on a Saturday night or a Saturday in general, I think it's $14 for 20.
That's not bad at all.
And they're good. They're smaller. They're smaller, but they're always crispy as hell.
Are they like Bell and Evans small or a little bit bigger?
Yeah, kind of like Bell and Evans. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I love Bell and Evans because it's usually steroid, hormone free, all that shit. So,
100%.
I think it's $14. I had teriyaki. I'm not really I like hot sauce, but I like a lot of sauces. You know what I mean? So I like to have my share of sauces, but I'm a teriyaki guy.
Ooh, get that. I like a Chipotle barbecue. Maybe a little hot. A little hot on there.
Yeah, like some hot and mild sometimes, or like a hot garlic, mild garlic.
Hot garlic's nice.
Are you a drum or flat? Drum or flat?
Drums.
Drum.
And I'm a plain. I want my wings plain. I don't want no sauce on them because I want them to be crispy.
Man, yeah, you do know how to order wings. I remember, going. Yeah, I almost followed your lead a little bit because I would have gotten the sauce on.
Yeah,
and then you get them extra crispy, and I was like, yeah, I'll do that. They came out great.
They get a little soggy sometimes. As soon as you put that sauce on, if you don't get them out right away, they're soggy, in my opinion.
And then if you want to dip in some ranch or blue cheese, then it's all messy. Yeah.
I mean, the plain definitely keeps you clean, for sure.
Yeah, man, I need to get some wings.
Same.
I need to get some.
That's the one thing I miss about working at Ted's, man. You know, to get wings anytime I want, and I can make them myself, so I make them exactly how I wanted them.
Yeah, it's just 12 drums immediately.
All drums, always.
All drums. They're like, oh, we're out of drums, guys. Anybody see the drums?
Never. We'd go through 30 cases of wings in a night.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
that I don't miss.
I'm gonna go try and
either
get some wings.
Right on.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you, and let's go. We're 0-0, guys. Let's stack some wins.
Let me ask this: do we know when the game will be, or is that
they haven't decided yet? Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard. I listened to PHLY again. Shout out those guys. And there's a guy. I think it's I forget his name, but he was speculating. I don't know if he's got any facts to back this up. He's speculating that we're gonna get the late Sunday game. But he was convincing. I think he did this for the league or something at some point. But he ran through like patterns of what the league has done and just like all the seeds. So that's all I have. They haven't released it, but I think is on PHLY.
I don't think we deserve the late game. I would think it would be better off, especially with the Packers being hurt. If it's
You know what I'd be
early game,
furious with though, and I don't think this is gonna happen. That like weird Monday.
Dude, I will be furious if it's Monday.
That's just it's just like why have a game? I mean, I get it's money, but like
It's
I don't know.
I don't want.
It's a 1 o'clock game at best. If it's the Packers, it's a 1 o'clock game at best. So that's just my.
Yeah, you gotta respect these franchises though, right? Two fan bases. Like we're not some schlubs. We're not like the Panthers sneaking in. I mean, look, give us a good time, right?
Well, here's a question: would you guys prefer a Saturday game or a Sunday game?
Either or is fine with me. To be honest,
I'd like to rock a
Saturday game would be better for me because I'll just get tuned.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It's just a little more It's just a little more relaxing vibe, you know.
But either or is fine. I don't like an 8 o'clock game. For this game, at least. For this game. So.
All right, boys. Well, we'll see you. Anything else?
Hey, let's go fucking Birds, man.
Let's go Birds.
We need you. We need you, man. We made it.
We're here. This is where it all begins. This is the beginning of the real season right here.
Yeah, we're in great position too. I love it.